afternoon, evening. It is nighttime where I am. And I know a lot of you guys are watching from different parts of the globe. So, welcome. Today, we're going to be talking about witchy winter. And witchy winter to me is basically the time of year where you kind of just get cozy, start maybe writing more in your book of shadows, or just thinking about what you're going to do in the next part of the year, and maybe becoming a little bit more slowed down and relaxing a little bit and just kind of taking in everything that's happened throughout the year, and also preparing for when it gets colder and things like that. So definitely a witchy winter. So as you can see, I got my candles going, and my daughter Sasha just put out her book, The Witch's Seasoning, which is a perfect wintry witchy read. And I did go ahead and post that little link in the little live feed right there. It's also in the description bar. So thank y'all for making Sasha's book sell. She sold about 30 copies already. And that is so sweet of you guys to support her. She's only 14 and she's already a novelist. So thank you for your support on her Amazon, book. Sprinkle, sprinkle. Okay, and if y'all want to support my book too, if you don't have How to Manifest with Magic and Dark Cosmic Energy, you need it in your life. Okay, this is also on Amazon. And it is linked in the description bar, but I will find it and link it to you once again. And definitely, this book is my bestseller. Literally, like this book sells more than any other book that I've ever written for Level Up and all that, because this book could definitely change your life for the better. Okay, so many people have bought this book. Believe me, you need it. Okay. So, thank you for making that book the bestseller of all of my books. I appreciate you guys. It makes me feel good because I did put a lot of information in there, and it's one of my passions. So knowledge and learning and stuff, that's like my biggest passion. Okay. I love to learn. I love knowledge. I like doing things that can teach me new things. I'm always constantly learning. I decided to try to learn Latin. I've been reading a lot of books and just really getting into the knowledge and, of course, the application of the knowledge, because you can't really do much with knowledge if you can't apply it. So I apply a lot of the knowledge and the magic when I'm thinking and making decisions and doing things, arranging things, writing, and so forth. Oh, God is wild, red sprinkle, sprinkle. Hi, Sherry. Did Sasha get her package from me? I have to check the post PO box, so I will definitely go there tomorrow, and I will let you know if I go live again, or I'll write you on the Patreon. But that was nice if you sent her something. Thank you, Sprinkle, Sprinkle. I'm sure she's gonna love it, whatever it is. So I appreciate you. You got your package. Okay, well, I'm so glad y'all are getting all the packages before Christmas and things like that. Mail is going pretty fast, huh? I have two different type of teas. I like to mix it up, baby. I like to mix things up a little bit. So, witchy winter for me is a time where I organize, like I get everything like looking and feeling the way I like it to feel. I listen to certain types of music. I get more into studying and reading more. Like I said, I'm learning Latin right now. Hold on, I gotta grab something real quick. I'm learning Latin right now, and I basically got book bags or just tote bags all over the place. All of them are filled with books. I have like Y'all are gonna laugh at me, but I'm like literally a bag. Sorry, y'all. Literally a bag lady. And all of these bags are literally filled with books. So there's, sorry, I'll have to plug this back up. There's literally a bag full of books everywhere I go because I learned by reading several books at once. So I'm going to have several books. But the book that I have been reading the most and loving the most is Secret History of the World, the illustrated Secret History of the World. They have the one that's not illustrated, but why get that one when you can get this one? And how I read this book, I'm always halfway through it. Y'all are gonna laugh. But how I read this book is I copy it. I write it. I write it back out so that I can remember it. And here's what I've written thus far. I skip the parts that I don't really need to read, like the stuff that I can absorb, but like the main stuff, I rewrite it. I recopy it. So this much of my notebook is me rewriting the book to learn it and to really grasp it. And plus, I practice my handwriting. I like writing with pen and just writing cursive, and it just allows me to perfect my handwriting. Okay. You want to get the elixirs for when you start my new job? Okay, we'll get those elixirs, Olivia. Sprinkle, sprinkle. The link is in the description bar, or you can go to Etsy, or I'll go ahead and link that elixir here for you guys as well. If you are wanting to have like your beginning of the year or end of the year, with more creativity and I'm trying to find this link. Inspiration, the elixirs definitely help remove obstacles and also help you get motivated and inspired to do more with yourself. Like I'm getting ready to do so much right now. I'm so excited because I'm about to start new projects. I'm about to do a lot of things. So I'm excited. I'm very excited. Using elixirs definitely push you to that next level to want to do more. And that's exactly where I am. I want to learn this. I want to do that. I want to do this. And I'm doing it with no issue. So the elixirs will push you to that level, no matter what it is. Like if your thing isn't learning or if it's more physical, then it's going to push you there too. So just whatever it is you're focused on, it's going to push you to that next level. Okay. And I learned that if you sit with an idea, light a candle, however you do, meditate, do oracle cards or tarot cards on something, do divine on something, however you look into whatever you're trying to accomplish next, make sure that it's something you want and not what other people want for you, because that's very important in order to really find your passion and get to that next level. Okay. Oh, lavish, sprinkle, sprinkle. Is paganism the real religion? Thank you for the donation, by the way. I don't believe in a real religion because you can create your own religion. So there can't be one specific real religion because they were all created. Okay, so create whatever you want and live the way you choose to live by whatever makes you happy. So I don't feel like there's a right or wrong answer. I do believe that you can read whatever it is you want to read, learn whatever you want to learn, agree with it or disagree with it. Just because you learn something doesn't mean you have to believe it. That's the first thing I always tell people who are getting on this path. Just because you learn something or read something does not mean you have to believe it. Okay? It just means you learned it. That's it. So a lot of it is metaphor. And so when you realize that a lot of it is metaphor, it's going to make more sense anyway. And another book that I bought that I haven't started reading is Becoming Supernatural. And if you are into the plasma, it's kind of like my book. Like what? This it has all the same graphs and stuff in it, y'all. I'm like, okay. Basically, um, it's about the frequency, how 5Gs and electric fields and stuff are interfering or creating a supernatural effect when it comes to how we think. Basically, like the algorithm can read your thoughts and stuff like that. And this is it. I think this book kind of explains on how we can communicate via our uh, frequency now that there's 5G and stuff. So if you are having questions about that, I definitely recommend Becoming Supernatural and by Dr. Joe Dispenza. And I'm going to go ahead and link my Amazon book affiliate link, like that you can find all of the books that I recommend, like spiritually, and other items as well. Like this book will be up there. So in case y'all are looking for it, it's on Amazon. Here you go. Sprinkle. All right. So if you are like wondering how all that's possible, I think that book is going to probably be a good explanation to so many people. All right. My book is on Amazon. Yeah, sprinkle. Link, just type in how to manifest with magic and dark cosmic energy, or type in Ashira Star Goddess or Ashira Goddess. If you don't, and here's, I have the link somewhere floating around, but I'll link it again. And it is in the description bar. Last time okay, yeah, here we go. This is my best-selling book, actually. My top-selling book out of all my books. You will definitely like this one. All right, here you go. That's this book. It's Magic, Science, Manifesting, and More. Okay. And I was reading and learning things, and Latin is so interesting. It's like the language that really helps you decode even more, and also learning a different language. There's different words that we don't have in the English language, and think about this: more words, more knowledge, more power. And I'm not looking for power, but you can see where it's being used according to how people use language, words, and things like that. Yes, English is limited. If there are words to describe something that your language doesn't have, that means, there's more to it than meets the eye. Okay. You said you learned magic in high school and it opened up your mindset. I bet it did. Okay, God is well read. I'm sorry, I skipped that. It says, you have quotes from my book on all of your mirrors, and you too have multiple bags of books, real estate, Dutch, French. Wow. Yes, we're like little bag ladies, right? Thank you, sprinkle. You said, okay, Monet says Becoming Supernatural is definitely a must read. So you've already read it. Okay. And being witchy does not mean lighting a bunch of candles and lighting incense and meditating all the time. Sometimes it means reading. Sometimes it means getting the knowledge. So when you enter into a conversation, or when you have to make a decision, or when you have to think things through rationally, um, you have the knowledge to do so. Or when it comes time to, apply certain types of knowledge, sometimes you're not able to light a candle, wherever you are, or sometimes you're not able to do certain things, but that knowledge will always come in handy. Like, I like to learn about herbs. I like to learn about different languages. I like to learn about energies and frequencies and stuff like that. So when things happen, you don't automatically just assume something is wrong. There's an explanation for it and a way to solve the problem. So when you open up your level of knowledge, you also allow yourself to easily solve problems. Like, a lot of people always ask me, they come in there like, am I cursed? Bad things are happening to me, because you're not doing the correct things, especially Western medicine and Western thinking. a lot of times people think so negative, they bring it and manifest negativity into their own lives. Their fears are so negative, they're manifesting that. They don't realize it. They're eating the wrong foods. They don't know how to use preventative herbs and medications like um, supplements or herbs or elixirs in order to combat their everyday um, doings, and they don't even know half the time what they're doing is causing the conflict. So that's why I say being witchy is also being informed about yourself, your world, the things that, hold on, there's like a glare, the things that you are, encountering a lot. Hold on. Okay, like, okay, that's better. So we have to read more, not just look at TikTok and put some stuff, ingredients in a little bottle. Okay, that's not witchcraft. That's not what witchcraft or witchiness or knowledge or the occult is about. I mean, that's a little part of it, but definitely knowledge reading, books that you read, not just for decor. I mean, I have some books that are decor, but I'm sure eventually I'm going to read them because I actually wanted to. I have a few books that I bought simply because of their look, but they're downstairs, part of the living room decor. But in my office, I've read most of these books and continue. I have a whole bookshelf downstairs, upstairs. I got 3 bookshelves in here and one downstairs that's full, and I need another one. Like if I ever redo this room, it will definitely be a library or something like that. It's kind of a library now, but more of a study. Okay. And also, like, having your own private space or just private time to do what it is you need to do to feel like you have, you know, uh, done whatever you need to do to feel like you are giving your spiritual self what it needs for the day. Take the time and do it. Like, put it on your planner list or whatever. Set your alarm on the phone. Uh, like if you're a person that meditates, take time out for that. If you're a person that reads, take time out for that. If you're a person that likes to watch documentaries that teach you things, make time for that. It doesn't matter what it is. Dress the way you feel most powerful. Dress the way you feel, more confident within your magic or your spirituality. Don't worry about what other people think about you. Um, if you have so many things to do and you don't know where to start, make a list of what's most important. Like, I have a garden. I have to go out there and cut some stuff down for the winter because it's getting cold. I have to dry some herbs out and things like that. Really need to do that, so I need to put that on my list. Um, I've been procrastinating there. There's other stuff I need to do. I need to go. We need to prepare a little list, or I want to get my kids together, and we want to do like manifesting journaling, maybe one night this week. So I need to put all that on a list and execute that. But at the same time, it's not, something that I have to do. It's something that I want to do. So also keep that in mind. If spirituality starts to feel like a job, take a break and then do it when you want to. Okay. You're rereading my dark energy, cosmic energy book. Thank you. Well, I hope you like it the second time around. A lot of times when you reread a book, you find stuff that you didn't see before. Okay. Um, I bought some cute stuff at this antique shop. It's kind of, I don't know if you call it witchy, but I think most of the stuff I buy is kind of witchy anyway. But it was this antique shop in where, the small town where I live. Because I live on the outskirts of Houston in a little small town. And this house was like this old Victorian house. And it was kind of big. And this lady opened an antique shop there. And then she has like all these little stray cats that she feeds. So there's little cats around. And it was the first house in this city that actually had electricity. So it's kind of cool in like a historical place. So I bought this. It is a cast iron clamp. And you can hang it on a wall. You can use it to hold papers, recipes, or whatever. I don't know. I might use it on my desk to clamp open books. You know how like when you're reading a book and it's so thick that the pages keep falling and flipping, and when you're trying to write or copy something, you just have. You can clamp it to keep it open because I have a thick book. Like, yeah, right here. Like I have a thick book like this, and sometimes when I'm trying to read it and copy the content, I need like this page to stay open, or I'll switch it around and do it on this page, this side, and keep it open. Or at the top, if it's thick enough. Oh shoot. Yeah, like this. Bam! Now you don't have to keep flipping it open. But I don't know if cast iron was the best material because it's kind of like leaving black marks. But I guess I can like break it off. But still, it's a good thing. You can use it for mail if you like hang your bills up on the wall or something. So that was something I bought because I can use it. Sasha wanted this. Isn't this cute? The lady says that she sells a lot of these, and like a lot of people like to put them on their cheese tray or whatever doors by their doors, like a doorstop, because it's cast iron. But I don't. She likes mice. And it's cute. So that's Sasha's. Layla didn't want anything, but she doesn't really like antiques and stuff. Then I bought this, which is a cast iron skeleton key. And I think it's just really nice decoration. I'll probably hang it on the wall or something like that. I think they're really cute, and they're all cast iron, and just something cute and nice to have. And I like keys, and I collect skeleton keys and stuff like that. And I think things are very symbolic. So keys represent like how you open things, getting to the next level, opening a door and things like that. Keys are like knowledge is the key, da da da, the key to this, the key to that. So, keys are very symbolic and something that I like to have. Thank you. So, a lot of people are asking, like, okay, well, what if being spiritual or being witchy is not helping? That's not why you should be it. Okay. Like a lot of people switch their path or religion or spirituality and they don't see a difference. It's because it's not for that. It's for you. It's for you. Okay. So when you feel like it's just for you because it's a personal spiritual path, then it's not supposed to do anything but make you feel better or complete or like you found what it is that feels good to your spirit. So make sure you're doing it for that reason, not to see results. If you want to see results, you're doing an experiment. If you want to see results, then you have to find something that's 100% guaranteed. You know what I'm saying? If you practice something, or if you enjoy doing something, or if you approach your spirituality from a different perspective, it's because that's how you choose to approach it and you enjoy doing it from that perspective or from that path. Okay. Your lessons on dark matter took my spiritual work to another level. Will you do ever do an in-depth lesson on dark matter again? Change my life. I'll think about it. Sprinkle, sprinkle. We'll see. I have to be really thinking about it and studying a lot of stuff on that next level. But I feel like a lot of stuff that I taught is still up. The playlist is still there. The videos are still there. So I think I said so much. If I said anything else, I'd have to make it up. But I'll keep trying to see if anything new comes to mind, or maybe redo a video on it. We'll see. You're trying to start a new religion? Well, I'm sure you could. Hmm. You're trying to start. Okay, wait a minute. You're so sad because counselor disrespected your child, who's only 4, thrown food on her, who had thrown food on her. What to do? What? um, go up to the school and act cool, girl. Be recording live while you do it. Sprinkle, sprinkle. Go to school. Bye. There you go. You know, sometimes you just have to go in there and act stupid one time and record it. You can act like a Karen. I don't know. Do I do anything special for solstice? I think every year we try to do something different, but still kind of a tradition where we write down everything that we want to bring into the new year, or everything that we're grateful for. And then we kind of tie it up with a log, and like do the little Yule log burning on the winter solstice. So we kind of started to do that every year because it was easy. We always have the firewood, we have a fireplace, and plenty of incense. So we always would do that. Me and the kids. Hmm. Okay. Sprinkle, sprinkle. Thank you. Okay, so you love the video I did on transmuting your problems into profit. Oh, thank you. Rocky, no ASAP. Yes, because I feel that a lot of people only see problems, and they don't see. Um, they might see solutions, but they don't see how they can make money on the solution. So I just take it to the next level. Hmm. All right. Um, Thank you, sprinkle, sprinkle. Right. Okay. So of course y'all know the trolls are out, but that's okay. They're watching my. I'm glad the trolls my video instead of somebody else's video. I need them numbers. Come on, get it in. Sprinkle, sprinkle. Y'all hit the like button, troll. Y'all could have been on anybody else's video, but y'all came to mine, so I'm appreciative of the trolls. That's another good example of transmuting um, problems into profit. Keep your trolls, don't block them. They just add to the money, baby. All right. All right. Yes. We don't mind the trolls because they're just a dollar sign. Okay. You say you are good, I can't stand. Girl, don't worry about them. They just want to be seen. Uh they just want attention like everyone else. Okay. Can I speak on familiars and possible direct me to any videos that you may have on the topic, please? I feel like familiars, like a lot of people associate animals with familiars, but the best thing I can tell you is like familiar means a familiar spirit to inhabit an animal. You know what I'm saying? You got to learn the real stuff about what a familiar is. And familiar came from a term that witch hunters used to use to say that witches are, you know, communicating with spirits or demons and stuff through animals. So it was kind of a derogatory, oppressive, finger pointing term. Um, and it kind of caught on. I like cats, and I've always liked cats, and cats just, like me. So I don't feel that having a familiar is something that someone who has done their research and read a lot about, familiars would probably they wouldn't accept that term. You know, people have things they call spirit animals or companions or pets and things like that. That's totally different. So, I mean, if you like animals, then get an animal. Go adopt one. There are lots of pets that need adopting. Or if you live in a neighborhood with a bunch of strays, just put some food out on your porch and you will find one and they will come to you. Okay. Mhm. Okay. What? Okay. I'm trying to read some of these questions. Okay. So, anyway, let me keep going. So, I like creating my own spiritual ways of doing things. I don't have a set way to do anything, and that's the beauty of it. I don't like structure in that way because then it becomes a job. And I don't think spirituality should feel like a job. If you have something that's so, you know, structured, it's hard to create within a structure. So definitely create your own way of doing things. That's one of the witchiest things you can do. Like witchy women don't follow the straight and narrow path. They create their own paths. They do what they want. They create a way, they find a way, they make it how it's supposed to be in their world. So just know that and stop looking for another path or a group of rules to adhere to. Make it your own. And I think that's what like a witchy winter is about. Taking time to slow down and write out what it is you want and how you want to practice whatever it is you're practicing, how you want to use the knowledge that you've obtained, or how you want to use the tools that you've purchased if you've purchased, witchy tools. How do you want to use your cards, your oracle cards? Do you want to make money with them? Do you want them for personal reasons? Do you want to divine for yourself and your family? Um, can you start a business? Start thinking bigger. A lot of the people who promoting all this spirituality, they're making money off of it, and it's a profession now. So you might as well embrace it if that's what you do. They say do what you love. If you love, stuff like that, do it. Okay. You just started volunteering at a cat rescue. Oh, Star Ruby. Yes. Kiss them for me. I love cats. Okay. I don't let anyone come to my house. It just didn't work for me yet. Well, it is the holidays, and a lot of people are going to visit, family this year. If you don't like house guests, make them a set of rules, or if you do like house guests and you want them to continue to be liked, make them a set of rules. Either way, you know what I'm saying. So it just allows you to keep, everything copacetic. It would be easier to meet a sugar mother than to start a business. Okay, poor Brian. Get to getting. If you gonna meet a sugar mother, make sure you start a business with her money or something, child. I don't know. You can't depend on that forever, especially as a grown man. You gotta do something a little extra. Okay. Start you a pork rinds brand. Pork rinds, since you like pork rinds so much, get your own label. Pork rinds. There you go. Um, right. Now, so you don't like that idea? Well, then maybe do something different. Okay. So, y'all see, I got my little candles going. I got my little statue. I kind of rearranged it over there. I like to do like rearranging stuff in the winter from the fall and just doing some more stuff in the office. Sasha's getting her book grounded and um, advertising and things like that. So she can sell more books. And Layla's making her list of to do things for this, for the future. And I just feel like everyone takes this time of year to kind of really push themselves to that next level while relaxing at the same time and slowing down, because you can do a lot of thinking and reading and researching and be slowed down at the same time, not constantly trying to figure things out but letting it come to you you know um and a lot of times, like, if you let stuff come to you, it's better. hmm Sprinkle, sprinkle. So make sure, like, if you're looking for a business to start or something to create, find what you're passionate about, even if it's being witchy or spiritual, then use that. And don't you like a lot of times people feel like, well, if I do something witchy or spiritual, people are going to judge me. Don't tell nobody. There's a thing called the internet, alias names, and keeping your mouth shut. Okay? You don't have to tell everybody your business, you know. Um, so you don't have to tell everybody your business. You can just say, "Oh, okay, well, well, what do you do?" I work online. That's it. They don't have to know what you do. So do whatever you want. We're in that era now. Okay. Um, Using the tools around you. This is another witchy thing that a lot of people do. Make everything into your tools. If you are on a budget and you need this and you need that, I think being witchy also is figuring out how to create things out of nothing. Okay. How to turn water into wine. How to take nothing and create abundance. That's witchy. So practice doing that with just the little things around your house. Like, for example, this little bottle right here. This is an old bottle from a drink, and I repainted it and made it look like an antique. Oh, I'm sorry, y'all. My phone is going off. I don't even know why people are calling me this time of the evening. They know I don't answer. All right. So I just took an old bottle and painted over it and made it look really vintage. And you can use it, for flowers or storage or anything like that. I took an old candle holder, and lots of people throw these away. I just stuck a tea light in it, and it looks like an apothecary jar. Um, you can use like old matchboxes for things, or if you cut this part off and glue it to like a jar and put your matches in the jar and decorate the jar, you can like, you know, reuse your old stuff and even sell it if you can decorate it pretty. Um, Taking nothing and creating money. Okay. I've made, I've created lots of things from absolutely nothing and made money off of it. Okay. Um, it said always say less than necessary. It's a power. Yes, that's so true. Um, How to earn money if you don't like to work, Ashira. Create. Or provide a service that doesn't seem like work for you. You know, what would you do for free? That's how you make your money. Whatever you're doing for free, figure out how to get paid for it. Because you got to do it anyway. Y'all see those videos with the housewives cleaning their house and vacuuming and doing dishes, and all they do is set their camera up to film it, and they're getting paid to do what they got to do anyway. Y'all see them women going to the grocery store and then doing grocery store hauls for YouTube. They got to do that anyway. Y'all see women online doing their makeup, talking about get ready with me, and I've done it. They got to put on their makeup and wig anyway. You might as well watch it pay. Sprinkle, sprinkle. You know what I'm saying? If you're not into YouTube or anything like that, what else can you do that you have to do anyway and not and still make money off of? You know, if you like to read books, then sign up to review books or read books. They send you books, you read them and you review them and you get paid. You know, if you like music, there are lots of companies out there that will send you their music and you rate it and da da da. You know, if you like this, if you like that, you know, find a way to make money off of it. Okay. You said you thought about selling water at busy intersections. I mean, you might as well if you have nothing else to do. Okay. How to recognize someone spying on you in a dream through people you know, and how can you do the same? Honestly, I wouldn't care, Queen. Queen, let them spy, baby, because it's them spying on you, and you don't care enough to spy on them. That should tell you that you're the inspiration, darling. So, like I always tell people, who cares if they are so interested in you? Let them be inspired. Okay, because it could be the other way around. That's what I always say. Like, why worry about what other people are doing because you're so great? Just be great. People don't spy and do all that extra stuff for nobody. You know, so take it as a compliment. How is your family and your kids, and how much kids do you have? May I ask? My family and my family and my kids are wonderful, and I have some kids, more than one. Oh, aspect, sprinkle, sprinkle. Thank you. Hmm. Sprinkle, sprinkle. Says she giving free business knowledge and y'all still hate it. Girl, don't you know the first thing about business is if you don't have no haters, then you ain't in business. Sprinkle, sprinkle. Girl, the haters come with it. There, there's this guy I posted his Instagram reel on Instagram, and he says the brighter you shine, the more shadows you cast, and that's just what comes with it. So I'm perfectly aware of that. That's why I don't care. Okay. The brighter you shine, the more shadow you cast. We're all right. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. That's why, I don't really think that haters are ever a problem because they make you greater. They're free advertisement. They are basically your supporters and fans in disguise. And that's just how I look at it. Because they're here doing the same thing the fans are, or the supporters and the subscribers are. They're here doing the same thing, commenting, and they clicked on the video. That's the only difference are the words in their comments. That's it. And if I'm not reading them, then it doesn't matter. I'm still getting paid. Okay, sprinkle, sprinkle. Um, think about that. How was your 2022? Wonderful. Every year is the best for me. Like, I think each year I get better and better. Whether I'm learning something new, creating something different, helping other people do what they need to do, like, I mean, how many people have a daughter who's already a published author, still in middle school? So, I like to do a lot of things and push the things that I feel are important to me, and whatever makes you feel like each year was a better year, then that's your success. So, you say you're so proud of her. Yeah, my baby. So yeah, I mean, I feel like a lot of parents may focus on certain things and trying to make a list to for each year to be the better year, but it's better when everyone in your circle or in your family or whoever you love can share it with you. Okay. hmm You say you like my outfit. This is my Christmas. This is my Christmas flannel. It's getting cold, very cold. It's about to like get freeze, literally. So I'm trying to be festive. See, I got my glitter eyeshadow on, my little Christmas flannel. Can I show my nails? Oh, um, you got my outfit. You like my outfit? Why, thank you. Okay. Um, to mind your business. My nails is red, baby. Red for holidays. Okay, so you know, I don't know. Somebody said that this book. Look how old it is, y'all. This is my symbols book. It's like it's been through some stuff. Okay, coffee. But fortunately, it only got the cover, like the inside. It didn't get the words, so I'm happy. Some people say that this book is hard to find on Amazon and it's expensive now. It's the complete dictionary of symbols and myth, art, and literature. And I'm so lucky I got this when I got it. I got this for free from a coworker long time ago. um, and I was like, thank you. All right. And I kept it for all those years. hmm And, I had to take some library books to the library, drop them back off. I didn't finish reading some of those library books that I checked out only because I wasn't feeling them. And sometimes like when you get a book and you're not feeling it, you don't have to read it. You could sell it, give it away, take it back to the library. Sometimes stuff is just you're not, thought you were going to be interested in, you not. hmm Okay. And another thing, like all these people like saying, what I don't like are fake. I don't even call people fake, but like when people are challenge you, that's how you know that they're amateurs. Like when people start challenging you and asking you questions and trying to test you, amateurs. Okay. Um, the wise man knows that he knows nothing at all. The loudest vase in the room is the emptiest vase in the room. You know, so a lot of times, the less you say and speak, the more you're respected and the more knowledge you have because when you have certain types of knowledge you don't go around bragging and boasting and challenging other people as if you're in a contest. So that's number one thing a lot of people should learn. uh, it's not a contest, okay, and it is a lifelong pursuit of knowledge. It doesn't stop. You haven't learned enough, so keep going. You don't know. A lot of people think that they know everything. They don't know everything. If you think this is Harry Potter and dueling wizards and that's why you got into magic so you can duel other wizards, then just go watch Harry Potter, baby. Because I feel like a lot of people get into magic and learning about the occult because they've watched too much TV and they want to battle somebody. Go play a video game. They got lots of magical video games. Put your outfit on, dress up, light your candles, and put your video game on. Okay? If that's all y'all want to do. You said all you want to be Gary. Go play your game. Sprinkle, sprinkle. Gary, go play your game. Get them headphones on and go get your wizard hat. Get your keyboard out and go game, baby. I'm waiting too. I think you should go game because that's what you like to do. If you're here to challenge, it means you feel intellectually inferior and you want to feel superior. Because I can Google that stuff real quick, baby. And then what? Then I know it. They say a person who asks a question is only a fool for that moment, but one that doesn't remains a fool. So all you got to do is ask Google. Then you're no longer without the knowledge that you're challenging people with. Okay. If anybody wants to challenge, if you want to challenge somebody, you're just going to challenge Google because they can just Google it. Okay. Siri might even know. Okay. So you go get your game, get your headphones, log in and have a good time. Sprinkle, sprinkle. You said you like a good challenge? Well, make more money. That's a challenge. There you go. If you want to challenge somebody, go see how much money you can make off of the knowledge that you have. That's the challenge. You see how you can make some money off of that. There you go. If you can't make money off of what you know, then it doesn't matter. Go write a book. I got an idea for you, Gary. Get you a book. It's called Make It a Workbook. Make you a workbook. You can make one on Amazon. And ask your questions. So, How to Learn Magic by Gary. Look up these vocabulary words. Who is such and such? Do the research and then make a workbook. Get your money. You're not going to get paid over here. All right. All right. That's the best thing I can tell you, Gary. Don't challenge us. We don't care. Okay. This information applies to the mundane stuff too. Exactly. What are your thoughts on the notion that in order to grow spiritually, you have to go through trials and tribulations? In life, I hear that a lot in the spiritual community. Um, okay, think about this. If you weren't focused on your spirituality, would you still be going through trials and tribulations? You know what I'm saying? If you take someone who doesn't care anything about spirituality and just gets up and do what they're supposed to do every day, do you think they're not going to go through any trials or tribulations? It's your point of view. You're going to go through some of that stuff anyway. But if you pay close attention, if you are learning spiritual um, knowledge, you're going to know how to solve those problems, transmute those problems. You're going to learn how to turn water into wine. But if you're not focused on your spirituality, you're just going to think, oh, woe is me. So, if you don't get the opportunity to use your knowledge or to shine because you have an issue, then you're never going to be able to apply the knowledge that you have spiritually. So, if there are businesses out there who solve people's problems, fix things, if nothing breaks, then they can't get paid. So just look at it that way. You said nobody wants to learn. Gary, go start your own YouTube channel. Baby, you want to teach? Get on the camera and teach. Gary, start your own platform. Y'all go subscribe to Gary. Sprinkle, sprinkle. There you go. See? You're welcome. Get on it, Gary. How do I practice my spirituality and coexist in a space with my boyfriend? Um, if your man ain't a little bit scared of you, you doing it wrong. Spirit, sprinkle, sprinkle. All right, there you go. Do it anyway. Tell him this is who I am. You don't like it, get out. Then he's gonna be nervous to leave. Okay. All right. Okay. Just be who you are, baby. If he's worried and scared and stuff like that, he should be. He won't mess with you. He won't cross you. He'll stay in line. Okay, Shira, now that you are leveled up, do you still practice your classic magics like in your old video? I feel like a lot of those older videos were teaching videos and crafting videos, and a lot of the stuff that I used to do in those videos, I have started to learn so much that a lot of it is metaphor or a lot of it is mental, and the physical aspect of spell work is to trigger the subconscious mind. But if you already know what it means, you don't really need to do it unless you feel like it is necessary to remind yourself daily. Like if you're burning a candle, every time you look at that burning candle, it's going to remind you of what it is you're supposed to be focused on. Okay, you smell a certain herb or whatever, it's going to change the frequency in your thinking or your body or whatever. So if you are eventually able to keep your focus on whatever it is you're manifesting or doing spell work for, sometimes you can skip the physical aspect of spell work. But if you need the reminder, or if you're a hands-on person, then definitely, do your spell work. hmm And some people like the art of magic. They like the tools. They like to touch. They like to feel. And when you're in the mood to do that, then definitely do that. Okay. But I did leave all those spell videos up so that you all could watch. And everyday things can be a spell. Like you don't even have to say, okay, well, this is a spell and not this. Making a cup of tea is a spell. Lighting a candle for ambiance in your home can be a spell. Listening to music can be a spell. Writing something down, writing a letter can be a spell. So you might want to, redefine your definition of spell work. Cooking a meal can be a spell. Making someone a drink can be a spell. hmm Sprinkle, sprinkle. Well, thank y'all for watching my old videos. I truly appreciate that. Y'all make sure when y'all watch the old videos, y'all still hit the like button. Y'all hit the like button as well in here so that more people can find the video. It just boosts, the people's ability to find it. Buying a house seems to be your next move. You live with boyfriends. It's not invited. Best practice as to move forward. Um, I mean, save your money when you try to buy a house. They monitor your accounts for like 6 months sometimes. So they're gonna see how you spend, how much money you're bringing in, and all that kind of stuff. So start practicing on being like financially responsible in all of your spending. Okay. Then when you're ready and you think you're ready, then go see what you can do. Mm. So, who's ready for the holidays? Do y'all have any special traditions that y'all do during the winter time? Uh, Let me know in the comments. I'll read some of them. I just like to read and like keep the fire lit, light candles, like be cozy and comfortable and you know, burn some nice incense that smell, seasonal. Um, and then rearrange a few things, get my manifesting journal out and start manifesting. Hmm. You watched 3 old videos today? Oh, thanks. I appreciate the liking of them. Hmm. The Oh, you like the Dark Academia Library one? Yeah, that was so much fun. They had some old books in there. Like it was a personal, private library of, and you probably heard that, but it's a personal library. It's a private library. You can't check any books out of Bob Lanier, that high-powered attorney that won the Johnson & Johnson's baby powder case. He's like super rich. He has like this private library. It looks like this old dark academia library. It was modeled after the Cambridge Library in the UK. And I don't know, when you got money, you can do a lot of stuff. It's like he's building like a whole learning center right next to the library, and it's all like in this old like Cambridge style like college campus, and it's in Houston. So I just like going to see that type of stuff, like what these millionaires and billionaires are doing with their money. They're I like how they allow the public in. Um, and I like how they do like seminars as well. Like they have speakers come in and speak on certain topics, but definitely a good place to learn. Oh, lavish sprinkle sprinkle. What's the author's name for the symbol dictionary? I think there's several authors to this one. Um, Jack Tresh. Hold on, Tressiter. They're right here. Jack Tressiter. Okay, here you go. And also like going out to explore your city for witchy places. Like I was just driving around today and I saw some cool places that are just opening, or like a little witchy shop, or just go visit some places that you've never been, like certain types of libraries, go to a local bookstore, support small businesses, find small witchy shops to go support. Um, like because we can order everything on Amazon, but sometimes it's fun to get out and go drive and visit like real mortar and pedestal places. Mortar and pestle places. I said pestle. And like shop homemade, handmade items, and that will give you just like a whole nother feeling of just shopping and clicking a button on Amazon. Or you can go to Etsy. You don't live near any places like that. Etsy is the next best place because a lot of stuff there is handmade and you can find stuff that you cannot find on Amazon. Okay. You said mortgage equals death pledge. Mortgage. Well, the funny thing is, yes, death pledge. I pledged, I death pledge on a house. You got to pay from dying. So if you don't pay, it's over. You got to leave. They'll take it. All right. You see the home list. I know. It's funny. Like that's the beauty of learning Latin. You know what these words really mean, and you like, wait a minute. But see, the funny thing is, as soon as you're born, you start dying. So it doesn't matter. Transmute that. Yeah, you got a mortgage, so every time you breathe, every time one of your cells in your body die, whatever. You pledged to die when you was born. Done. Okay. That's why, like, a lot of times people, when they start learning certain things, they might get a little bit anxious or paranoid sometimes when they start learning the meanings of words and symbols. But you got to learn how to also transmute that. That's why I said the first thing people need to learn when they start learning anything about the occult is universal law. Because if you learn something that may sound a little strange or may make you a little paranoid, you need to learn how to transmute that quickly. So universal law, the law of correspondence, the law of transmutation will definitely help you to basically turn water into wine. Like, yes, well, birth certificate, death certificate, mortgage. Yes, we all are born, and the moment that we're born, we start to die. Okay, so I don't care. It doesn't scare me. Death don't scare me. Yes, being a mortician, facing death daily, face to face for 5 years in a row, it doesn't scare me. Okay, so you said spring is death. Can you recommend a basic book on universal law? Um, most you can just look that up online for free. Universal law. My book has it in there. Definitely, there's a whole part on universal law mentioned in this book, or um, it's linked in the description as well. But um, definitely, most spiritual books will have universal law in it. Or if you want something easier to understand, the Kabbalah or the Kabbalion, I'm sorry, not the Kabbalah, the Kabbalion has a lots of chapters on universal law. It's like goes very in depth with universal law, Kabbalion. The Kabbalion. Right. How do you strengthen your spiritual protection and block remote viewers? I don't. Like, I don't care. You have to think about this for 1 second. If they love me that much, if they love you that much, baby, why not? If they have nothing else better to do, if that's making them wake up each morning to live, why would you take that away from them? You know what I'm saying? Why would you walk around worried about that? Let them have it. Like, let them watch if that's their entertainment. Shoot. They got Netflix. Or maybe they watched everything on Netflix. We don't know. Maybe your life is more interesting than Netflix. We don't know. But don't take that away from them. If that's why only reason they have to wake up in the morning. Give it to them. Shoot, why not? There you go. Maybe they trying to figure out how to be like you. Okay. You say because they can't do nothing else. Exactly. Like, who cares? Like, I'm not watching them because I don't care enough. I'm watching my own self. Like, when I get off the videos, when I make a video, I go back and watch it because that's that I know they gotta want to watch something. That's how you should feel. You should say, okay, I am the main character. You got that main character energy, then stay the main character. Period. Who cares what they see? Obviously, they can't afford Netflix. Sprinkle, sprinkle. And that's only $9.99. Okay. You said, how have you seen any alien looking people lately? Yeah, all the time. Some strange looking folks out there. Okay. Sprinkle, sprinkle. How do you avoid being recycled back to Earth after our physical body dies? You've talked about this. If you don't want to be recycled back to Earth, then manifest that you go somewhere else. It's that simple. There you go. Best to have tunnel vision, not care what others are doing, and stay focused on your own goals. Exactly. Like there's nothing that anyone is doing right now that I literally would like to see. I don't care what they're doing. Someone says that, yeah. And I think we should feel the same way. Unless you're doing something you don't want somebody to see, then if you're like they gonna see it anyway from your phone. If you have a phone, there's 1,000 satellites in the sky. They gonna see what you're doing. Y'all see that Kanye video where he's walking around with some his friend got the hidden camera in his belt or something? If you want to see something, you gonna see it. Period. Who cares? They see everything anyway. I'm just glad I'm not the one looking because that would be a terrible life. Being bored. I wished I could do that. They call the watchers, but sometimes they want to come join. Okay, but let them watch. If they want to join, let them join. It don't matter to me. You said how like that's how I feel when I found out my mom was looking through my YouTube history. You're 35. But do you have goals? Do you have money? Do you have happiness? Are you content? Do you have a life? I think what we have is what we create. So if I create some goals, I'll have some. If I create a way to get paid, I'll have some money. So it's whatever you want, it's whatever you create. What do you think about weed and spirituality? If you need it, then it's not spirituality, it's a crutch. You know, I don't know. I feel like some people are just naturally spiritual, and some people need an extra boost. They got CBD oil now. They got gummies and all that kind of stuff. I think some people just like to smoke weed, and if that's what you like, fine. But I don't think it needs. I don't think it enhances anything. I mean, if you have to escape your life by smoking weed, you don't like your life. The point is to get to the point where you like your life. That's real spirituality. When you like your life and you don't want to escape it through weed. There you go. If you can't relax, if you're anxious all the time, if you need it to relax and whatnot, it's if you're anxious, it means you're living in the future or you're thinking too far ahead into the future or you're worried about something that hasn't happened yet. So live in the now. You know, stop caring what people think so much. Enjoy the life you have. If you use it to open yourself up and feel like you're connected to the spiritual realm, more when you smoke weed and whatnot. All you did was just change your frequency. There are more natural ways to change your frequency by breathing, by diet. Some people don't eat certain things and they're already naturally there, you know. So, like, if you don't eat or drink certain things, you might naturally just be walking around on the frequency that, you know, you need to be on in order to do what you got to do. Okay. Is meditation important to your spirituality? If you find it important, if you make it important, like y'all are gonna see that it's what you feel is important individually. You know, uh, if you feel it's important, it's important. If you don't, then it's not. You're being told I have negative energy around me. How can I know what to do about this? Stop listening to people telling you stuff. Sprinkle, sprinkle. They are the negative energy. If they told you you got negative energy around you, then say, well, when you leave, it's probably gonna leave too. But honestly, if you didn't know before that, if you didn't feel something like a negative energy around you, and somebody told you, then who cares? Like I have positive and negative and neutrons. I got protons, neutrons, and electrons. I got all energies around me because I'm special. Sprinkle, sprinkle. I got haters. I got fans. I got supporters. I got it all. Get a line. Sprinkle, sprinkle. But like, if somebody tells me that, I was like, you're right. I gotta go. Or you just get the sage and start saging yourself. Oh my goodness. If you don't want to make them feel bad about what they say, because people have different beliefs, and that's perfectly all right. They might be trying to help you. They might feel something in their spirit, but if you don't want to be rude, just say, okay, I'll make sure it's sage. Okay. What do you think about Biden's cobalt blue tennis shoes when he fell on the bike off the bike? Um, well, he ain't gonna be walking around in no red sneakers like they be doing in New Orleans. Um, you're everywhere I went in New Orleans. People had on red sneakers. I'm like, what is this? The national shoe? The local shoe? Um, I don't really. I'm not really into politics at this moment, and I'm not trying to decode stuff like on the news because I really don't watch the news. But I would have just been too busy laughing. No. Okay. What would you do if someone constantly putting hexes throwing at you and do all the bass and it doesn't help? Queen, baby. No one is constantly throwing hexes at you. And if they are, they're wasting their time. The power lies in you believing that the hexes are working on you. Okay. So it's your paranoia that is causing whatever negative things that you're experiencing. Let me tell you, people have zero power over you unless you allow them to have it. You have to give them permission. You have to give them permission in order to accept them throwing hexes on you. And if they're using all their energy and throwing stuff at you, they're behind you. So you're still ahead of the game. Remember that, okay? If you make them that upset, then you're already ahead of them. So just keep doing whatever it is you're doing that's making them mad. Okay, don't worry about it. Okay. You have to develop a sense of confidence within yourself. You have to develop a sense of superiority of yourself and your circumstances and your world to not be bothered by anybody trying to do anything against you because they're just wasting their time and energy. It's like save your ingredients, save your little herbs, save your incense because they're not going to work over here. You're just going to be losing money. Okay, just maybe start a company and start selling them the tools to hex you and get your money because it's not going to work if you don't let it work. You know what I'm saying? You are the one that checks the box yes or no. If you check no, then it's not going to work. If you think someone's hexing you, then gather your supplies, inbox them, and ask them if they would like to buy some hexing supplies since they like hexing so much. So you can make some money off of them. There you go. Oh, pretty pancake sprinkle sprinkle. That main character energy talk will so helpful. People really do try to make you a side character. Exactly. Oh, pretty pancake sprinkle sprinkle. Thank you for the donation. Okay. If you don't believe that that is true, what I just said about the being hexed, um, start manifesting something in your life that you think is true, and see. Won't you see the signs of it everywhere, like a car? If you say, "Oh, my next car is going to be this," or "My favorite car is this," you're going to start noticing that car a lot more. You're going to start attracting it to you, or you're just going to notice it. If someone tells you that they're hexing you, or you think someone is hexing you, you're going to notice every single thing as something negative that could be connected to a hex. It's the same thing. If you're too busy concentrating on ways to get paid, ways to make money, ways to improve yourself, ways to practice self-care, ways to, manifest, you're not going to see any type of hex because you're going to be too busy improving yourself. And so all of that's going to dwindle away. Okay. So, but if someone tells you something, every single negative thing that you might have missed or not even noticed, you're going to start focusing in on it. That is the hex. Your focus, your attention, your check saying, okay, I'm hexed. And then you say, you know what? I'm noticing everything. Oh my gosh, there was this thing happened today. That must be part of the hex. Or if you were so focused on getting your money up, or doing some self care, or going for a walk, or talking to somebody that you enjoy talking to, or reading a good book, you're not gonna even realize anything. No matter who's over there burning candles with your names and stuff on, you ain't gonna notice because you're too busy doing you. Okay, that's why I'm trying to tell you. So you're not gonna know. You're not gonna even think about it. But what people like to do is use that mind trick by saying this is something, and then you start to think about it. You start to overthink about it, and then you start to see it, and then you start to point it out, and then you start to create it and attract it and manifest it. So you have to stop listening to people that don't have your best intention in mind. You have to start listening to yourself. Okay. Okay. So you're never hexed unless you allow that person to get to you and you start noticing everything that could possibly happen or go wrong, and then you focus on it and then make it happen with your own mind. Okay. Your son hears voices outside of him that say mean things to him. He's 30 and say maybe We have autism and sensitive to our unconscious programming, but he persists beaming love and thank you. Okay, sprinkle, sprinkle. That's interesting, but sometimes like y'all know how the trolls be on here saying mean things to me. Well, this energy, this frequency of trolls and people online is going through the airwaves through the 5G. So he might just be picking up on it. You know what I'm saying? A lot of time, and that's what this book is about. Becoming supernatural. It tells you all about the frequencies and how the 5G goes through you and acts as an information source. So you might be just sitting there one day and some troll is going ham on somebody's live feed next door, and now he's picking it up because his frequency and his pineal gland, is electromagnetic. Your pineal gland is magnetic, and it can get those frequencies from the 5G or whatever, and they can pick up on stuff. So he might not really be hearing voices. He might be getting that frequency, and ears work through frequency and sound. So in the words of MJ, if you want to make the world a better place, take a look at yourself and make that change. Some people are just extra sensitive and they can pick up on stuff. Some people can pick up on radio waves. You ever heard, thinking about a song and you turn on radio, there it is. Same thing, except now it's with 5G. It's with everything on the internet. So I really wouldn't take it too seriously. A lot of people, because they showed this in so many movies, are going to have to move outside of the range of frequencies or 5G or turn off all that stuff if they become too sensitive to it. They do have things that you can use to combat some of this energy. Different stones like Amazonite absorbs that EMF, frequency and stuff like that. So keep stones and crystals around to absorb that extra energy. Like my house, I got full of crystals, stones, and energies that absorb all of that. So it makes it a little bit easier. You said not your place to diagnose anyone. And here's another thing, a lot of people get so wrapped up about diagnosing people's, nobody here to diagnose because they ain't getting paid to diagnose. Okay. You ain't getting paid, you can't diagnose. Okay. It's just someone's opinion. Mm-hmm. Somebody say he needs to stop drinking tap water. I wouldn't drink tap water anyway. That's you know what's in that? Okay. Um, that's right. Oh, Kelly, sprinkle, sprinkle. Thank you. Get my book, girl. Appreciate you. So you said you like Michael Jackson. You like my song. All right. Thank you. I appreciate that. You said might want to bind them demons out of his ear. Then you're gonna have to bind all the 5G energy. Okay. Like literally. There's clairaudient, clairaudient people in this world. And sometimes when the frequencies are high, you live next to a 5G tower, you might, or running water, like a river or something, that electromagnetic energy around you is higher. And if, especially when someone uh, is close to something like that or have a lot of devices around them, they're gonna pick up on that information. They're gonna pick up on it. They might not realize they're picking up on it, but they literally are. Some people just are more sensitive to it. Okay. Tips on staying positive and tips on staying focused. I like to make to-do lists, and if I get to it, I'm more focused on it if I do write it down. I don't try to put too much pressure on myself, but I know that making to-do lists are definitely, going to help you at least 75% of doing whatever it is that you need to do and stay focused on. Also, my elixirs, they help you stay focused on something, accomplish something, create something when you're normally unable to do so. So y'all should get those. The elixirs are in the description bar and they're on Etsy. So let me see if I can find one link to get you there. Hold on. Yeah. And you know what? A lot of people realize once you stop caring about what so many other people think, or you stop all that fear mongering when it comes to the occult and witchcraft, then that is where your true power lies. If people can't rattle you, they lose their power. Okay. People can't rattle you, they lose power and energy dealing with you because they're trying everything in their power to rattle you and tell you certain things or make you care about certain things that you just don't. They're just wasting their energies. Okay. So then, once they realize, you're not gonna care, they focus on something else, or you can focus on something else. Um, and when you're allowing yourself to be open to what they call the universe. Make sure it's what you want. Okay? Because when people say, "Oh, just be open to the universe and whatever it brings," what if you're just picking up on, 5G frequencies and somebody's live conversation feed on TikTok? Is that what the universe is sending you? So make sure it's something that you actually want. Keep your standards high, even when it comes to, letting everything flow. Still keep it high. Okay. Like some people approach spirituality from a very free flowing da 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 method, and some people approach it as you got to do this, and that. And some people approach it from, is this what I want? Is this going to be part of my story? Am I giving this main character energy? Is this going to go well with the world that I'm creating? Some people approach their own spirituality as the god or goddess of their own world. So, depending on how you're approaching your life, is how you're going to react to certain things, or and how you're going to create, and how you're going to allow certain things, and how you're going to make your decisions and choices. So, I make my decisions and choices based on main character energy. Okay. Not side character energy. You need to be the winner in every story that's told. You need every day is your day. You know what I'm saying? Um, Even if you quote unquote lose or don't accomplish something, you still need to know that you've learned so much from whatever it is that you've done that when you apply it to something else, you're going to make way more profit, or you're going to make, way more, you're going to have way more ideas on how to do more. You know, they hire people to troubleshoot, and those people troubleshoot and create software to avoid the problem in the future. If there was no issues, those people couldn't make money off their software if there were no problems. So think of it like that. You said 5G overload spiritually. Vulnerable people, what? Oversensitive should be aware not to pay it no mind. Exactly. Like, you know what? I don't. It's that's not my thought, or that's not something that I would really care to, do or say. So I'm not going to pay any attention to that. Okay. You said, in my opinion, you are affected by controls you, especially if you fear it. Exactly. Like, you have, like, that's what y'all got to get this book, man. Like, this book will teach you how to be a goddess or god of your own thinking. All is mental. That is one of the universal laws. All is mental, which means if you want to think whatever you want to think, that's how you're going to create the life that you live. So, if someone tells you something, what do they want? They want you to think what they said is true or real or whatever, or apply it to your life. If you think what you want and what you want to see, and that outweighs everybody else's thoughts, that's what you're going to see, you know? So create your own by thinking for yourself. Stop asking everybody else what to think and learn how to think. That's the best thing I can tell you. This book is going to help you how to think. Okay. How do you stay so strong and positive in your spirituality? I don't feel like it's a job. I feel like it's just who I am. It's like it's if it's embedded in everything you do, then it just is. It just is who you are. You become it, it becomes you. And whatever you do, whatever you say, whatever you think, it's going to make you even more positive, strong, and unbothered. Mm. You said the best way to puppet someone is to make them think it was their idea by leading them to that conclusion, but never overly steering them to that idea. Exactly. And sometimes, some people know that they're being persuaded, and they allow the person to see how far that they're going to go. And when you pay very close attention to how people persuade or push you into an idea, then you can get your little marker out and check a little red check next to their name mentally in your mind as someone who tries to persuade you to do something, because you need to see how far they're going to go. You know, um, just let some people be themselves, and then you can find out way more by not saying anything. Okay, you can find out way more by saying less and just letting it fold out to see what it is their plan is. And a lot of times, people feel like if they're being manipulated in some way, they call it out. I want to see how far you going. Because if you're already, the wiser, then all you can do is really just let that person figure out that you've already figured it out. And then they look stupid. Okay. The Science of Mind. Hi, here's Sprinkle. Yeah, that's my book. Okay. Yes, y'all can go get that book. It's on Amazon, you guys. Sprinkle. Make sure, if you've read that book, make sure you give it a review on Amazon or Goodreads as well. I would appreciate it. There's the book link. Okay. But thank you guys so much. I'm gonna go ahead and go and let y'all enjoy y'all's witchy winters. Get you some tea, light you a candle, read a good book, watch a witchy movie, get yourself in the energy and the spirit, read one of my books. Get Sasha's book if you want some fictional Story, The Witch's Seasoning, that's linked at the very top um, of the live feed. Y'all support her. She's a new author. Um, he said, "Why is the hootie in the background? Ashira is a Canaanite." I forgot. Hey, Rue, is that your name? I do what I want. I have no limits. I'm limitless. I have no limits, babe. Like I do what I want. You see? There you go. Next week, something else gonna be up there. Okay, don't get too. Don't think. Don't overthink it. Okay. Next week, I might have Michael Jackson over there. Don't overthink it. You'll see. That's what we're talking about. Okay. That's like being a blood and hanging a Crips flag. Um. First of all, I'm sure there are some of those. Second of all, it is a statue. And if you're taking it that seriously, then you don't know what spiritual freedom is really about, like honestly. And just because you have a name or, a fake name that you gave yourself does not mean you can't have a statue. You know what I mean? Like this is a lot of the stuff where I say, these hoteps, I call them hoteps, get into they try to manage something, but where's your money? Manage some money. Don't worry about what statues I got, what name I got. That ain't my real name. Okay? Stop trying to govern people's spirituality. If what I'm doing is working, let it work. Okay? You said money ain't got nothing to do with your spiritual journey. Then I know you ain't serious. Because money is a currency, just like spirituality or spirit is a currency. And if you, as above, so below, in your pockets and without, if you can't get no money based on your spirituality, it's not working for you. Most people turn to spirituality because they want abundance and prosperity, or they want to increase their ability to create ways to be abundant and prosperous. Okay. If Ashura is a Canaanite name and I have a statue of Tahuti, y'all see the books on the floor. I got just because you learn something and know something doesn't mean you believe in it. It's just learning. Okay. There you go. Y'all should see everything else in my. I got. I have a mermaid statue. I have Isis. I have Maat. I have a black cat. I have Bath. I got Michael Jackson. I have myself. I got Archangel Michael. I have a picture of a moon. We got a lot to talk about. What else? I got a doll of buckwheat from the Little Rascals up in there. Mm. You want to get in on it? All right. I got statues of Mary, Mary's sister. Did she have a sister? I got statues everywhere. I got a statue of an owl over there. I got my YouTube plaques. Okay. I got a lot of statues. It means it doesn't mean anything. There you go. And at any time I can change my name. So this is what I'm saying, like transmutation, loopholes, creating your own spiritual mindset. All is mental. So Remember, like at any time, things are constantly changing. I could change this background. I can change my name at any time. There you go. God don't care if you're rich or poor, so money ain't everything. Yeah, but a woman do. Sprinkle, sprinkle. And they say a woman is God or God is a woman. So no. I want to check that. Can't get back to heaven if you broke. And I'm not talking about that heaven. Honestly, I feel like if you feel that way and money is not important to you, then that's great. Because I feel like if you have constant streams of income, if you have money coming in, if you don't have to worry about money, then you don't really think about it that much anyway. So if you already have if you're already financially stable and your kids are set, if you have kids, and whoever you decide to wife or marry, they don't have to worry about a thing, then great. But because then you have more time for your spirituality and less time for worrying about the material. The spiritual manifests the material. So if you're strong spiritually, that is going to manifest in the physical. You said if a woman wants your money, you don't want her. Well, then you gonna have an ugly woman. Because ain't nobody out here want no dusty man. All right. I'm just being honest. Y'all, I be saying what people wish they could say or are thinking. Y'all know that. Don't nobody want no dusty, okay? Um, you can know all the statues, all the Egyptian god names, all the Canaanite goddess names, but how much is your paycheck and can you provide for a family? Can you put a meal on the table? That's spiritual when a man can take care of his family. Not when he can memorize some statues and Egyptian and Kemetic and Canaanite stuff. Yes. Can your woman brag on you? Can she tell the world? That's spiritual to me. When your woman can look at you with respect and don't have to worry. That's spiritual. Okay? Because you have the creator of life looking at you like you all that. That's spiritual. Okay. Not because you've memorized some statues. That's what I'm saying. Like a lot of men, they don't realize this. We're not impressed by a statue. We got Google these days. We can Google stuff. We could buy this on Amazon. We can change our names. You know, it doesn't matter. What if the man is infertile or doesn't want kids? Then he better have a lot of money too. And he better tell her so she don't accidentally get pregnant by someone else and tell you the daddy. It's a miracle. Must be all that spirituality. Um, or she gonna tell you that she has a immaculate conception, and then you gonna tell her, well, what your name is of a Canaanite goddess, but you immaculately conceived a child. That don't go together. Then you have to figure that part out. Okay. Y'all know I say what I have to say. I'm not trying to be rude or mean. I'm just saying, if you really want to be, you said female nature, hypergamy. Okay. If you really want to teach or you want people to listen to you, I know what my name is. I know what the statue is behind me. And it doesn't clash in my spirituality. Okay. There you go. Just trying to answer your question. Mhm. No, I just feel like I change out my statues all the time, and it shouldn't be an issue. There you go. Maybe I should ask you a question. I'll let you explain why Tahuchi and Ashira don't go together. How about that? Type it in. All right. I'll let you explain so other people aren't sitting here like, hmm. You said God isn't going to judge you based off money. If you let people starve that depend on you, He gonna judge you for that. Okay. If you don't have kids and all you have is you, then it doesn't matter. You're right. Here you go. But he like if you believe that you're going to be judged, then that's a whole problem within itself. Okay. You said God Yahweh invaded Egypt and said their gods are false. Okay. Well, I could say anything I want to, but that's not gonna make it true. So I can go and I can get on YouTube and say some stuff and it be totally untrue. How you gonna prove it? It's historically true that that quote was put out, but that doesn't make it the truth. You see, there are different versions of the truth. There are different aspects of the truth. There are different points of view. So there is not one truth. So yeah, I can say anything. It doesn't mean it's true. If I come in and say your gods are false because I don't believe in your gods, they're false to me, not to the people that believe in them. You know, the Bible and other stuff says you're not supposed to mix certain things, and people are mixing them every day and getting paid and making money off of it. You know what I'm saying? They say you're not supposed to eat scrimp, but people over here cracking crab legs, eating scrimp. They say you're not supposed to mix materials. People over here wearing linen, silk, satin, polyester, and corduroy at the same time and calling it a trend. So if they don't believe it, it's not true. And it's a metaphor. So if they say your gods are false, maybe it was a metaphor. You know, I just think we need to think a little bit deeper. When anybody comes to take over something, they always come in with religion. They say, here, your gods are false. You're going to believe in our gods and we're going to take over. That's just what colonizers do. But when you're free to make your own path, you can take bits and pieces from here and there and create your own truth with it. You said the books say they said that they are false. It doesn't matter. That's the whole point. Like when you talk about spirituality, it doesn't matter if it's false or not. Just like when people ask the question, "Are we in the matrix? Is this real or not?" Does it matter? Are you still going to get up and do the same thing tomorrow? Does it matter? Somebody could walk into a church in the middle of mass or sermon and say, "Your gods are false." Does it mean it's true, or does it mean people are going to believe them? It just means they said what they said. But it's not going to change anything unless they try to change it by force. So it doesn't matter. You silly. Hmm. You said I'm just trying to transmute anything to fit my narrative. Yeah, I am. Thank you for noticing. But yes, you noticed that my name clashes with the statue. Okay, moving on. Um, you said I'm patient. Well, I'm just having a conversation. You know, even though it's that, it's still worthy. You know what I'm saying? It doesn't work. It works in my world. See, that's the difference. Like it may not work for you, but it works for me. Like a lot of things that work for certain people don't work for others. So that's why it's called a personal path, a personal spiritual path. Okay, so you said I'm helping you make sense. Crossing cultures was common in antiquity. Exactly. I ate some fusion sushi the other day. You know, I think nowadays, um, religion was made to divide, even way back then. So why are we letting it divide now that it know that religion is not even a thing anymore? It's just knowledge of like antiquity. You're correct. So it doesn't matter. Like think about this: when our great grandkids grow up, or the future generations, the gods and the stuff in the Bible are going to be like Greek mythology. They're going to be studying it in history books as if it was mythology. So, mhm. You posted Shira's link to the video emotionally controlled or be controlled and didn't show up correctly. You guys should check it out. Oh, sprinkle, sprinkle. You said God and goddesses deity go together. Okay. This is Tahuti energy, a teaching moment for all of us. You know, the first teacher was probably a woman. So I'm sure you could thank a woman for that. You know, I have to reach back because everyone's first teacher is a woman. You know, they say he came from Atlantis. Maybe women taught him. I mean, he had a mother, right? Period. You said that's why they tried to burn the Shira tree in the Bible. Why? Because people were worshiping it. Y'all know it's close to Christmas, right? Your Christmas trees are Shira trees. When you got a Christmas tree, you got a Shira tree. That's what they used to call them. They decorated them. Um, so either way you try to go, you're gonna run into something. You're gonna run to a goddess, a god, a deity, a custom, a pagan custom, a religion. You're gonna run into it no matter where you go. That's why it all works together because people are just doing what they want. You say you don't believe in Christmas? Well, before Christmas, the tree was a pagan tree, or the tree wasn't even a pine tree. They changed that. It was something else. There's different trees for different regions, and each tree that's mentioned has a specific meaning. So they use different trees in different parts of the Bible and this and that as metaphor or code. So, like in the Bible, when they say Jesus cursed the fig tree for not producing fruit when it needed to, that was a little coded. Okay, what does a fig look like? Have you ever cut open a fig? What does it look like? I'm just going to help y'all a little bit. What does a cut open fig look like? Y'all got a picture? Hold up. Wait a minute. And where was the fig leaf in Genesis? Okay. So when Jesus said he cursed the fig tree for not producing fruit, what does that mean? No. Okay, here's fig. What does this look like? What does it look like on the body? In the body. Here go another one. Little figs. Some dried up for you. Figs. This looks like testicles. Mm-hmm. So with Jesus cursed the fig tree for not producing fruit. So what is a fig tree? What is a tree? A tree. It stands up tall. It's a backbone. The fig represents the fruit, or what bear, the shape of the fruit. Looking at the fruit looks like some testicles. Okay, there you go. So y'all can put that together. So Jesus was infertile because he had no milk, so he cursed his balls. Wow. Sprinkle, sprinkle. I don't know, y'all. You said it. Um. Okay, there you go. You said the fig tree symbolized Israel. Israel. Okay. And what does Israel mean? Quote that. There you go. So it just keeps going and going and going. And it doesn't mean a literal country because you have to decode the names. So it back in them old days, these people used to meet up every 7 years and mate with other tribes and races to keep a certain frequency among their people. And sometimes they would skip, or sometimes stuff wasn't working down there when it was time to mix mix it up. Sometimes people closed their doors to their cities and not allowed other people in that when on the seventh year because they wanted to keep it how it was. So that's kind of what it was about. Okay. Hmm. Hmm. So most of the Bible is literally just code about mixing races, sleeping with people, bearing fruit, all that kind of stuff. Hmm. So, what is your interpretation? I don't memorize the Bible. I didn't go to school for theology. I only use the Bible to benefit me when I needed to. So, like, honestly, I don't get into religion in order to memorize it. I use it like the powers that use it to divide or to prove a point or to get you in line. I use it the same way that they use it as to why it was created, why it was put in code, why it's taken literally. I use it in that way because if I don't use it in that way, then I just decode it. So I haven't memorized scriptures. I'm not a, a biblical scholar. Um, oh, Egypt, my people, Assyria, my hand, and Israel, my inheritance. Okay, let's see. Okay, your hand is your worker. Egypt is your family. Israel is what you're going to inherit. Okay, there you go. That's what it means. It means slaves or people that do the dirty work, your people, and your inheritance. Basically, we in America. Welcome to America. That's what it means. Sprinkle, sprinkle. Um, there you go. So I just feel like, a lot of people, like when you talk about your hand, that's what you work with. Your people, that's your family. Your inheritance, that's what you inherit. That's your profits. Yeah. So God's people is Egypt, not Israel. If you look at it that way, if you decode it that way, that's what it says. Didn't Moses go to Egypt and say, "Let my people go"? That when they in Egypt, makes sense to me. They go together. All right. You said we all God's people. It depends on which God you're talking about, because people believe in different gods. Okay, I get it. I get it. But people believe in different gods. So which God? Here you go. If anybody selects a specific person, I'm going to think about God as an energy. If you really want to answer that question, think of God as a frequency. You know how people call God the higher power, the most high? Then you got to go to the most high frequency. There you go. According to what they're describing, quote unquote, God as, break it down scientifically. Who has the highest frequency? There you go. That's who they're saying and claiming God is in the Bible. Can you decode Harry and Meghan? I haven't watched that documentary yet, but like, I don't know. But I was getting ready to leave, and y'all put me back in, but I'm gone now. I'm gotta go. I'll try to watch it, and maybe I'll see what's about. All right. But I will see y'all later. Sprinkle, sprinkle. Stay learning and stay dust free. And I'll see y'all later.